everybody. Welcome to the America Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat. Come in here, ask whatever question you want to ask, suggest whatever topic you want to suggest. I will do my best to answer any questions. If I can't answer it, maybe there's someone in the live chat that can. There's lots of experience out there, so feel free to ask whatever you want. If you're talking to me, feel free to ask questions on any topic you want. I don't care. Anything you want to talk about, I'm fine with talking with you about. So go ahead and ask. And if you disagree with me on anything, maybe you think I've factually been wrong about something I've said, let me know. If you just disagree with me philosophically on a topic or something, let me know. People should always feel safe to stand up and speak their mind, whether they're right or wrong. That's how we all learn. So feel free, challenge me, let me know. We can even film an episode of Spank the Yank if you want. Otherwise, I like to start the chats by reading the names of people that have purchased merchandise over the last 24 hours, because merchandise sales, on the most part, go to support TYMP, where we provide 4 families every month, at least 4 every month, sometimes more, the means to defend themselves, their homes, their property, etc., that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford to do so. It's a little charity to help people be able to exercise their Second Amendment rights and hopefully bring them into the Second Amendment fold. Because too often in this country, there's people can't afford firearms, and they grow up thinking that the only people that have firearms are bad guys. So I think good guys out there shouldn't be denied the right to defend themselves and their families just because they can't afford it. So we help them out. We get them a basic handgun, basic shotgun, whichever one they want, and put them on the path to gun ownership and Second Amendment support, hopefully. And I do need to read those tonight, too. So I will read those during the chat here. But first off, let's thank people who bought merchandise. We got Chris Vargas. He supported Pets and Vets because he got the Varmint What Shot My Paw shirt. You know, the one that's got Django on it. He's sitting right there. Well, he's laying right there. I think he's asleep, but he's guarding the door. Got that shirt. Help support Pets and Vets. Because remember, if you go over to TYMP and you buy anything from the new merch category, and I think the possum shirts, like this one, the Attack of the Possum, are still on there. You would support Pets and Vets instead of TYMP, because TYMP is funded this month. So we're trying to get money up for Pets and Vets. This is one of the ones, the Attack of the Were-Possum. You know, he's standing there and he starts turning into a were-possum. He's with his friend. He hisses. His friend turns around to look at him, and he plays dead because possums aren't dangerous. And at the bottom it says, possums are peaceful creatures. Leave them alone. That's the whole point of this series, is possums are beneficial creatures. Don't hurt them. They ain't gonna hurt you. Even a were-possum, you know, were-possum is just a possum to the extreme. So he's more helpful than ever. There's these ones where he's like working in a soup kitchen, one where he cleaned up a city park. So feel free to go over and get you one of those if you want, or something like the I love guns and animals, but people piss me off design. That's over there too. But did I read everybody? Oh, Buddy Angus Jr. Is that what it is? Buddy Angus Shepherd Jr. He got the were-possum, Attack of the Were-Possum, same one I'm wearing right now. So he supported Pets and Vets. And then we got this one supports TYMP because it is the Have You Ever Considered That Maybe You're the Problem shirt, and it's the Glock variation. And a Glock is not a mammal. It does not have titties. Or nipples, I guess we should say. Nipples. Although titties is the less accepted word, but I think nipples sounds worse. But a Glock does not have nipples, so it is not a mammal. So that supports TYMP. So thanks to everybody I just mentioned for supporting. And you know, George Powell still has not ordered those 2 shirts I made for him. He had me make those special, and he ain't ordered them. I want my $14. If anybody sees George Powell, tell him Hank he wants his $14. Because I make $7 profit off every shirt I sell. Well, it's actually like $8, but by the time they take the fees out, it's $7.12 or something like that. So I want my $14. I'm going to start showing up on his front porch, demanding my $14 if you don't buy them shirts. Make me work special on them. Took me like at least 5 minutes to do that. Well, actually, it's more like 15. So I want my $14. How much is that an hour? If I get $14 for, let's say, 20 minutes work, what would that add up to? It's 28, 30 something dollars an hour, $42 an hour. Wow, I'm making more money than a fast food worker at that rate. So yeah, I want my $14. And let's see here. After we read that, let's go over see. Remember, if you want to join the channel, become a member of the channel, or become a Patreon supporter, subscribe star supporter, maybe get some patches. The new patches should be coming in soon. And once I get them, I'll start advertising those, showing them people, because you get patches for being certain members of support on Patreon Subscribe Star. Those are ordered and should be coming in soon. So hopefully I'll be seeing those very soon and being able to show them to people. I think they said 2 weeks, about a week ago. So hopefully soon. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So if you want to go over, become a supporter, earn a patch, whatever, go on over to TYMP like you see right here. There you can do everything. Oh, I've got this sitting in the way. You can do everything there. You can become a Patreon supporter or Subscribe Star supporter. You can become a channel member. You can just donate one time. There's a link to go over to the Shopify store and buy some Pro Gun, mostly whimsical stuff. I don't think every Pro Gun shirt has to be, oh, my dead hands, I'll shoot you in the face, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. So mine, I kind of try to keep a little upbeat. I like mine to be something you could wear in front of a child. But like I said, feel free to go buy something. You can go over to TYMPpistolproject.com. You can do everything from there. You can even sign up to be a beneficiary of TYMPPP. And speaking of that, before we go on with the chat here, I want to read the new recipients of TYMPPP. We have them here now. We got some people voted yesterday to come in. First round, a lot of people didn't vote, but we got some more voting. The winners are Frederick G, Nana S, and then there's a Nina. And I'm hoping these are two different people. It's two different entries, two different names. I'll know when they send me their ID that they're two different people, because you can't play that game. You got to send me a copy of your ID. So Nana S, Nina, no last initial, and James M. So if you applied and those are your name and last initial, then that's probably you. So let me know. It's like someone the other day said, you just called my name as you just called like Eric T, and my name's Eric and my last name's Thomas. Did I win? And I'm like, did you enter? Enter what? And I'm like, well, then you probably didn't win. If you have to ask if you didn't enter. So it's probably not you. But that being said, let's get over to, and by the way, if today's the last day to get entries into the double super secret rock giveaway. I know if you're watching this video afterwards, you're not live, you can't really do a super chat, but if you're watching this video, this is your last chance to get an entry in the double super secret rock giveaway. For every $5 you get an entry into the silver bullet giveaway. For every 10 you get 2 entries in the silver bullet and 1 into the double super secret rock giveaway. And since you can't do super chats, you can do super thanks. So I will be adding all the super thanks to I think I've had 3 of them. It's not like it's a lot, but I will be putting them on the list for entries. So if you want one, do a super thanks. Now let's get to the questions. Evan James weighed in a little late with his a response to our earlier chat with his member chat, where he's been in my WAP for 30 months, which, like I always say, he's probably getting pretty wrinkly by now. Springfield V10 ultra compact, a total jam-o-matic. A lot of those little 1911s sometimes were. They've gotten it a lot better nowadays, but excuse me. All right. Rusty Haynes says, checking on a patch. I paid Patreon for a year. It's been 3 to 4 months now. Oh, it's a good thing you contacted me. Let me put your name down, because if you pay for a year up front, for some reason, it does not put you on the list for the next patch to be sent out. Send me an email with your address, Rusty. This is stuff we usually would have done during the member chats, but we ain't been doing those lately. Rusty Haynes. That sounds like a porn name, I'm pretty sure. But, oh, no, did he put it now? Rusty. Oh, he already gave it, so you're fine. You can go. I'll write your address and stuff down here. I'll put you in the next bunch that's going out, hopefully here in a week or so. But see, yeah, it's good to let me know during the chats. It looked like he sent this email before, but he resent it just now. It's always best to contact me during the live chats. That's because I see it. It's the best time to do it. So hopefully he's listening and he heard what I just said. because I'm not responding to his. Well, I should probably, shouldn't I? Let me respond to this. Got it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not giving him the full explanation. But when you pay for a year in advance, it doesn't put you on the list for some reason. I don't know why. It's just a little glitch in the system. All right. Now let's get to the questions. See if there's any coming in. Activity. What is today's date? Today is the 16th, I do believe. We got Edgar Cortez. He got 10 entries because he made a big donation to the Pets and Vets Fund. Didn't say nothing. It just says TYMP. But I know he's here tonight. I saw him earlier. So that's Edgar Cortez. I got to put his name down several times, 10 times on the list tonight. John Heasley chimed in. And said, I sent you an email subject shirts. I know I've got it open over here for when I get to the emails. It is always best to let me know, though, if I don't miss it. Because I don't know about it, if any of you have noticed, but I'm not all that up on things sometimes. I'm very absent-minded. I've always been. I've always got like 50 things. You know, when you got 10 different voices saying different shit in your head, you can only listen to so many. You have to tune out some of them. Hopefully, you tune out the one that keeps telling you that the postman is the Antichrist and your dog says you should shoot the governor, you know, that kind of stuff. Those are the ones you want to tune out. Listen to the ones that say good things. That's what I've always found. Ignore those ones that are down or Debbie's. You don't want them. Don't let them set your agenda. Sal Verga donated also, and he got a couple entries into the double super secret rock giveaway. I don't know if he's here, though, because he usually sends me something saying, I'm not going to be there tonight. I think he's got a job or something stupid like that. People having jobs. I don't know what's with people these days, but John Heasley weighed in again and said, we should change the time for Wednesday to 6 p.m. for the Pets and Vets. Well, if Never Enough Ammo is not doing them anymore on Wednesdays at that time, I will change it. The only reason we did it is because Ergo multi-device trackball going dead. Oh, how do I plug this up to charge it? Hold on, my trackball is going dead. I think this is the right plug right here. I got one of those little plug things here. One of those little multi-outlet things to plug stuff there. That should charge my trackball. My trackball was going bad on me. My balls are fine. Well, I wouldn't say they're fine. They're nothing to look at these days. Well, I mean, they themselves are fine. They've moved into a different zip code. But other than that, all right. What was I just saying? I was reading John Heasley's question. I don't think I read it though. What did he say? Or did I read it? Yeah, he said change to 6 p.m. See, I wish it would cut these things off after I read them, but it doesn't. Christopher Jones paid his $2 tithe to Phil. Remember, losers, if you ain't paying your tithe to Phil, fucking pay your tithes to Phil. Getting tired of it. As his voice on earth, when you do not pay your tithe to Phil, you make me look bad. And he does stuff like shove my car into a fucking tree. I don't want my car shoved into a tree again for your ass. So pay your goddamn Phil bill, I guess. Tithe to Phil. I forgot what I was ranting about there halfway through the rant. Now we got Christopher Jones, who paid his $2 tithe to Phil. I have a Stevens bolt action 16 gauge shotgun that I inherited from my real dad. Not shot it yet, but confidence is low. Well, yeah, sometimes a lot of those older guns you inherit, you should just be like, I'm going to put that on the wall, and it's going to be pretty, and it's going to bring back memories. It's got sentimental value, but I'm not going to shoot it. I got a couple of those. Jeffrey Vaughn weighed in and said, Ruger 22 revolver, 40 to 60 rounds, and I was hard to operate. And you was hard to operate? So you got hard operating your Ruger 22 revolver? I don't know if I can do with anything about that. That's a personal issue. And he weighed in again here, hopefully clarifying why he's getting an erection shooting his Ruger. Let's see, what did he say this time? Got in a Winchester high wall today. My new oldest gun, 130 years old this year. What is your oldest gun? How about a poll to see if others have old guns? We could do that as a topic or something, I guess. I don't do polls during the chat because it covers up the shit at the top. But my oldest gun is probably my Colt Python, or not Python, my Colt Single Action Army. That's from I can't remember if it's 37 or 39. I think it's 1939. So that's my oldest, I think, because it's older than the Luger. I think the Luger was from 1940. So I think it's older. And those are the only two real old guns I own. I got a little single barrel shotgun around here somewhere belonging to my father-in-law, and it's from, like the 50s, but that's not as old. James Haynes said, Raven 25 auto, worst gun ever, couldn't hit the side of a barn. They weren't real accurate, but at least yours fired. Where'd you find one that actually worked? How many times did it work before it exploded? John Heasley weighed in again. I think I'm going to win the double super secret rock giveaway. Oh, you better not. I'll be so mad. Where was it? Dale Rickety also chimed in and said, all hail Phil. He's just paying his Phil bill. At his age, you don't want to piss Phil off, because all Phil's got to do is like jump out from behind a dresser and go boo, and that could be the end for you. So Dale Rickety has got to pay his Phil tithe. He's got to stay in good graces. Clinton Barella just threw in a big chunk here just to try to beat John Heasley. Tips on how to make the most of range time. I work a lot and tend to rush when I actually get a chance to go. Well, my biggest thing is just don't rush. Take your time. Take what you want to shoot, and don't go with anybody. Go by yourself. People make the mistake, I think, of wanting to shoot with everybody else. Never understood that. Shooting's kind of like masturbating. I guess it could be fun with a buddy, but if you're into that, but I just don't trust other people to do it right. I don't want to deal with their misfires or anything like that. If they're not there, I can just do what I want when I want at my own pace. You feel like you got to keep up if you're with other people, and you don't feel like you can take any chances or, test yourself any. You want to just be normal so they don't go tell everybody else that you're a weirdo. So I prefer to do it by myself and just take your time and shoot by yourself and do what you want to do, instead of just, doing what you think other people want you to do. That's why I hate even filming when I go to the range. It just ruins the whole vibe. People are like, why don't you film more at the range? Because it ruins the whole time down there. It just makes it where it's a job, not fun. Hail Phil, coming to these chat has kept me away from all the garbage you guys talk about. No mistakes so far. Well, see, that's why it's good to listen to people who've had mistakes. That's why I try to tell my sons, and they keep getting this stuff. You got to let them make mistakes so they don't learn. And I'm like, that's not true. I counter that shit all the time at home. I'm like, that's not true at all. I said, because a wise man learns from his mistakes, but an even wiser man can learn from other people's mistakes and not repeat them. So I would rather my kids learn from my mistakes and mistakes of people around them and then actually not do that. I don't feel the need to let them make the mistake themselves. But look at this mistake that I made and look what it cost me. Look at that mistake that person's dealing with and what it cost them. Don't make those mistakes. You don't have to suffer to learn. So I tell people that all the time. Where was I? Who was that? And what was I talking about? But yes, that was Paul Bidenbach said he gets good advice here. See, occasionally some good advice sneaks through accidentally. I don't know why, but it does. All hail Phil. Is it pudding time yet? It's always pudding time, depending on where you're at. It's always pudding time somewhere in the world. So don't let that stop you from doing what you want to do. It's that time of year when the egg laying and bunnies are shitting in your magazine basket. We got enough bunnies here, plenty. I don't know which one's the fucking Easter bunny, but there's a lot of them up here. I went out this morning and like 6 of them took off from out underneath my car. I'm like, God damn it, bunnies, get out from underneath my car. I wasn't going anywhere. They could have just stayed under there and never known they were under there, but they decided to run for it. That was Kim Payton. And John Mandrick chimed in here. And what did he say? For the Easter possum. The Easter possum. He's one that goes around and gathers up all the unfound eggs and donates them to animals in need, and takes the left around candy that's left laying around and gives them to underprivileged animals so that they can have some candy for Easter. Where were we? Let's see. That was Paul Biden bought Kim. That was Johnny Mandrick. Jeffrey Beeson. When I say Johnny Beeson, Jeffrey Beeson chimed in, says, the magnets I ordered are of Maisie and Django. When did you order magnets? Did I see magnets come through? Or did I see any magnet orders? Or unless it was earlier. Might have been earlier. Yeah, it must have been earlier because I don't see it. It must have been like yesterday or something. Thought maybe I missed something over there. I don't think so. I'm still waiting on George Powell. Anybody knows George Powell, tell him I want my $14. He's trying to take Heasley's place as big as pain in my ass. Let's see. That was Jeffrey Beeson. After him, we got Jacoby Crows. And he said, what kind of thing do you like to do or have done in your past which puts you in the seventh heaven? Do you think it's legal to conceal carry a suppressed pistol if legally obtained? Phil. I don't know of any laws against it, honestly, as long as you don't go across state lines with it and you got to have your paperwork with you. I don't know if there's any laws that say you have to be on or the way to or from a range, maybe in states, but I don't know why anybody would want to. It's just to be a pain in the ass. But remember that gun would have had a built-in suppressor? Yeah, it was huge. That thing I was like, this is the biggest piece of garbage in the world. They were like, it's going to be the future guns. And whatever happened to that thing. But I don't see a problem with it. But what I'd like to do that's put me in seventh heaven, well, I don't know, eating a good watermelon. I love doing that. Eating Peeps. Oh, I love Peeps. Never happier than when I'm eating Peeps. Around nowadays, most of my joy revolves around eating stuff. John Heasley chimed in again and said, I hope you get pissed off. Then when he wins, if you win, I will be pissed off. It's my time to win a new gun, he said. Keeps chiming in, trying to win. All right, that's it for the super chats over there. And let me see, I'm all caught up on the super chats over here. We still got a little time. Let's see. I don't think any questions there. Oh, wait, there they are. Okay, it's showing me some questions now. The KP90 DC Ruger was the 45. I thought, but I'm going to look it up right now just to make sure I'm thinking of the right gun. Ruger. Put your bra on. I still got that in my head. Yeah, it's the exact one I'm thinking of. That's the 45 model. All right. Least reliable is any 22 that you try to use Blazer 22 ammo in. Well, yeah, don't do that. It was a toss-up between the Ruby and my old 22 Irma copy of an M1 carbine. Shot many more unreliable guns, but don't own them. That's people responding to the first part of the chat tonight. I need a dog. Can't find a dog. And you can't find a dog. There's all kinds of needy dogs everywhere. All kinds of dog rescue. Just go to well, I assume you're at your computer. Just type in dog rescue near me and you'll find a dozen, and go look at their website, find your dog. There's dozens of them waiting for. Saw one today, a little girl dog looked just like Turnip, needing a home. And I was like, oh, Turnip a girlfriend. Never enough ammo moved to North Dakota. No, not North Dakota. Worse. Also read my other comment. Well, I don't see another comment by you. I just see that one. He moved to Michigan, I do believe. If you could own any cartoon vehicle, what one would it be? I'd go with the Mach 5. Cartoon vehicles got to be in a cartoon. Does the ship from G-Force count? The spaceship turns into a big flying phoenix. Does that count? Because I kind of like to have that. But otherwise, I'd take Wonder Bug's not a cartoon. It's live action. Some will say Speed Buggy. I'd take Speed Buggy. He can talk and everything and drive on his own. He's self-driving. You don't even have to be in it. He can drive. So, because he's sentient. So I would take a Speed Buggy. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Constitution does not say we have to buy people guns. Also, they are not a living necessity. Well, the only living necessities are oxygen, water, and shelter, but that doesn't mean I don't think people should have more than that. Do you believe the M1 Garand is the greatest battle implement ever devised? No. I think nuclear weapons is probably better. Like if I was going to get into a fight with someone and they have an M1 Garand, then I can have a nuclear. Hell, if I could even just have like a bazooka. But yeah, no. So no, I don't think they're the best one ever. In Pasadena, California, a school resource officer duct taped the mouth of an 11-year-old girl because she wouldn't stop talking in class. That seems a bit extreme. Oh, really? Become a school teacher for a while, and you'll think that was getting off easy. Because there's many times I fantasize about putting my fist in their mouth. Just go, blam. Like, eat your teeth, you bitch. I hope those are adult teeth. You little 11-year-old girls are evil. You show me any elementary school teacher that can honestly say that they've never wanted to kill a young 11 or 12-year-old girl, and I'll show you a fucking liar. Because I don't think any one of them could even say I haven't wanted to kill one today, because that's just not the reality of the world. They're evil little bastards, or bitches, I guess you'd say in this case. Just they're evil. I guess girls can be bastards too. I was not a bastard, believe it or not. My mom was like 6 months pregnant with me when they got married, but I was not a bastard. When I was born, they were married. They were married for a few years after I was born, until her third kid looked just like our next door neighbor. In College Park, Georgia, cops arrested a paraplegic man in a wheelchair based on a false complaint that he had kicked down a woman's door. That's why I'm not a bootlicker. Yeah, a paraplegic man kicked down a door. I saw that story. Officer Tater Hater sent me that today. Sent me that same story. Trump to end tax on expats so Americans living overseas are not getting double taxed and being forced to renounce their citizenship. Well, that just benefits the super wealthy. That's all that is. That's just giving a tax break to the wealthy who want to move overseas so that they can get a residency over there, so they can set up, tax dodges and shelters over there. And now they won't have to pay American taxes either. So all that is give away to rich people. Because how many average everyday Americans do you know that live overseas and still pay taxes here? They don't, because they don't make any money here. If you're over there working, you're making money over there. You're not taxed on that over here because you're not making it here. So I made my place a little heavier for Phil. Well, that's good, I guess. Oh, I never did the emails. Let me get to the emails because we're almost out of time. Hold on here. See, I forgot the emails. So that's why it's always good to remind me you sent me an email. All right. Where was I? Okay, here we go on this one here. This one is from Christopher Jones. When the subjects of grips crossed my mind, I immediately thought of everyone I knew of that liked to grip things. You were the first name on the list. I have gargantuan bear paws, and I want to do more shooting with my vintage Chief Special, manufactured 1952, if my source is correct. But that tiny grip is smaller than beginner's butt plug. What grip would you give King Kong for a Model 36 picture attached. He does got big fat hands. He also needs to trim his nails. Look at that. Or start biting them. I trim mine all the time because I stopped biting them. Now I got to remember to trim them. But there's all kinds of good aftermarket grips. You can even get those T-grips that you just add on to that. Makes it a really nice look and gives you a better grip on it. But if you got really big hands, you're probably going to want something that's also not just deeper but thicker. So look at you at any type of full wraparound grips. The Eagle grips are really nice. So I would suggest something like that. Full wraparound from Hogue or an Eagle grip. Altamont makes some good, nice wraparounds. This is probably the cutest thing I'm sharing today right here. I was actually manufactured in 1969. I was looking at the number on the cylinder arm since that's where it was on my Python. Sorry for the twofer. Here's another hedgehog picture. Oh, look at the little hedgehog. He's so cute. I like little hedgehogs. They're adorable. What's that about, though? Did he send another email before this one or something? Oh, was he the one I read the first time? I don't know. I can't remember. Let's see. Where was it now? Present, share screen, Winder. This one's from John Heasley. 2 new shirts. He got the I'm a looking for the varmint what shot my paw right there. That's the Django one. Look, he's even got little boots on. You know how hard it was to draw little boots for him? That was the hardest part of that drawing, was the little boots. And then you got the what could go wrong, the don't point your Glock at your cock shirt. That's the anti-appendix carry shirt, in case people can't figure it out, which I'm sure a lot of people here can't figure it out. Also, we got one more here. Boom, boom. Joe B said, hey, Yankee, unfortunately, I had to sell off some firearms to make room in the safe to get some new stuff. Well, that's just the way it happens. Circle of life, I suppose. Yeah, or you just get a bigger safe. But on the plus side, I picked up this Schofield reproduction chambered in 45 Colt. See, I want one of those. I've been wanting one of those for a long time, but I never get it. I never have gotten myself one. I want a break top gun of some type, and I don't own one. So I need more. I need one. You should send that one to me. You don't need it. You got to make room in your safe. So where's that one with the hedgehog? Did he send something before that one? Maybe I missed it. Oh, he was the one that said about the giant grips, grips for giant mitts, and then he sent a picture of a hedgehog. Okay, so I did get his first part. I thought it was 2 different names for some reason. But we're out of time. So I want to thank Oh, I got a super chat coming in. I got to go get it. John Heasley was the last one when I looked last time. Has there been anybody since him? Yes, Mark Lax. Mark Lax weighed in here at the last second and said, for Ghost Shadow's father, we hope for a miracle, but if not, a painless passing. Godspeed, sir. I didn't see what's going on. I haven't been able to keep up with the live chat tonight, so I don't know what's going on over there. So that's news to me. But if I'm not mistaken, doesn't his father have dementia and everything? And, you know, one of the hardest things, having done counseling before in this field, one of the hardest thing about losing someone with dementia that a lot of people face is that they don't really feel all that bad about them passing. And then they feel bad about that. And they have to explain to them, don't feel bad about that. You've already mourned losing the person that they were. And the person that they are isn't your parent, isn't your mother, isn't your whatever. They're not really, they're just so much that now they're just like a machine that the code's gone bad, you know. They're just living. They're not really anybody that you're attached to, because it's the person's already gone. The body just hasn't caught up with it yet. And often by the time the body passes, you've already fully gone through the stages of mourning for the person and then some. And it's even gotten worse because then they've become the physical aspect of them has become a burden. So a lot of times there's a sense of relief when that person passes. And then you're like, well, why am I mourning my father? Well, it's because you've already done that. And now all you've done is you're freed from a burden. So it's perfectly normal. So that's the thing I run into most when dealing with people that are losing someone to dementia. But as I was saying, I don't know where we got into that, but thanks everyone for coming. I do appreciate it. Thanks for people weighing in on the topics today in the first part, second part of the video. I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody who's donated to the Pets and Vets Fund, bought merchandise, etc. Help support the channel at this time of YouTube trying to get rid of us. I don't know if this is permanent or if they're just punishing me for threatening to sue them, but we'll see. Probably permanent, I would guess. I don't see them giving me back anything. But thanks everybody for coming. I will see you all again tomorrow. Until then, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. I forgot to say the remember part, didn't I? Oh, well.